There cannot be. How do we understand harmony? How do we understand peace? How do we reflect on joy and beauty if we do not have that which is dark? This can be informative to us. This can teach us. Those dark parts of ourselves give us information. But we have to be open and we have to be patient. Very patient. We also need to respect process. Just because we understand what we know in the light does not mean that they understand what they know in the shadow. This can also translate to those who would violate, to those who oppress, to those who would perform sacrilege. It is difficult when you are not within yourself, when you cannot hear who you are, to hold space for someone who is violating yours. This is an immediate reaction to safety, to protection of yourself. But it is not when we are in those spaces of reaction, of being triggered. Then we cannot hold space for healing of all that there is. When we listen, when we can be within ourselves, when we can honor our own beauty, when we see ourselves as more than just the physical attributes that we hold, that we have manifested into. We know that we are multidimensional. We know that the power that we have is not just within physicality, but it happens outside of physicality. Therefore, when you are within yourself and you see that there is that which is shadow, there should be openness and greeting. There should be love and encouragement. There should be an expression of I see you and your beauty. A willingness to embrace that which is dark. But it is difficult. It is a challenge. But light workers, those who are healers, find within themselves their own voice, hear who they are, and continue to heal that so that they hear themselves more clearly and know themselves more than just the physical. It also lessens the fear of what may look like as violation, because now there is understanding. There is holding space for those who are suffering. The greatest violator, the greatest one who would create sacrilege against that which is sacred and divine, are the ones who are in the greatest suffering. To understand your own shadow is to understand your own suffering, is to have compassion for yourself, is to be in a state of joy and welcoming for who you are in totality as a multidimensional being. There are many ways to obtain such understanding. It is many different avenues. It is up to you in how you should do that, in how you should embrace. It is your timeline, your process. It is part of a greater healing. It is a part of your healing that lends to a greater healing. As you hold space for that which is within you, that conflict, as you embrace it and hold it dear and call it beloved, that transforms beyond what you can see. When you let go of that which you can only perceive in the physical, and know that when you do these acts of great compassion for yourself, for the shadow, for the oppressor, that power ripples out, the healing ripples out. Do not let your eyes tell you a false narrative that you do nothing. Do not let your ears say to you that you are doing nothing when you hold space for compassion in that way. Because you are more than what you feel in this moment in physicality. Every challenge is an opportunity to celebrate learning and healing. It is a way to know yourself more deeply. It is a way to go more deeply into love and the divine, to understand oneness. To be a part of all of existence. To understand your role. When we embrace our role, we find truth. We find home.